You guys right now are participating in a live experiment. What's up, Ohio Bigfoot and things? Yeah, I know, it's a nice surprise because we went live last night just before dark. But we're doing an experimental live feed here this morning for about 15 minutes. I'm making it appear as if I'm working in my garden, which I kind of am. We're doing the weedless gardening thing again this year. We'll plant vegetables, put down a layer of cardboard, then another row of vegetables, layer of cardboard. And what this does, it might not be the prettiest garden in the world, but this keeps the weeds at bay. And then next year, between now and then, this cardboard will actually biodegrade, go back into the soil and work as a form of fertilizer. So next year we'll plant in these rows and put the cardboard down on those rows. So that way we give the soil time to rest each year. Hello, Stephen Lewis. But here's what we're doing. Good morning, Michelle Nicholas. Hey, Paula Nally. Good morning, up there in Massachusetts. Yes, Lexi Taylor. We did have Bigfoot Sasquatch Live last night. Good morning, Mike Maddie. So here's what we're doing. Let me make it look like I'm working, because I have every reason to believe that we're being watched right now. Get my 6, but I'll also get my 3 and my 9, because let that truck go by. People are always like, you don't live out in the middle of nowhere. I just heard a car. Yeah, that's a log truck carrying about 2 dozen red oak logs to mill. Where do you think they get those from? In the forest on. I've got 3 cameras hidden right now in the woods, trained on us. We're being recorded right now. I've got cameras there, I've got cameras there, and I've got camera up there. And just as I turned to point out that camera up there, I distinctly saw a movement again. I might have blocked it from you guys, but listen, that's part of the agenda. I'm trying to make it appear as if I am not recording on camera down here. Wait a minute. Back up. Reverse that. I'm trying to make it look like this is the only camera I'm using. He, she, it, or they know my MO. They know how I work. They know when and where I work. They know when I'm talking to the camera. So right now, it's my hopes that they are completely oblivious to the cameras there, and back there. So what I'm gonna do is record here for about 15 minutes or so. This isn't gonna be a long one. I know last night when we went live. Hello, Noel. I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning, Brenda Smith there in Ohio. Hope you're safe from tornadoes and the virus. We see your entire state closed schools down. People, if you're out there, just wash your hands, take extra precautions. Somebody asked me my views on the virus last night, and I'll say again what I said then. I'm not gonna give them because I'm not qualified. I'm not a scientist. Well, unless you count cryptozoology as an actual science, which most potential or alleged real scientists don't count as a real science. I don't know why. Cryptozoology, the study of cryptids, strange, potentially mythological creatures. So anyway, but I was thinking about it this morning. I remember when I was in Iraq, I remember walking into the chow hall one day and there was a sign on the door about washing your hands. And it said, if every human being on earth would simply wash their hands after they went to the restroom, that all diseases on earth that are like airborne illnesses and whatnot would be reduced by 60%. That means 6 out of 10 people, according to this sign hanging on the outside of a chow hall in Iraq, in Mosul, 6 out of 10 airborne or transmitted virus type illnesses would be eradicated if people just wouldn't be so dirty. Hello, Jason Fritz in Tennessee, and just wash their hands after they use them. I thought I saw that one like peeking around, trying to peek around my shoulder to look at the phone. So here's what we're doing, you know? And again, if you're just now tuning in, we're only going to take up about 15 minutes of your time. We've got 3 hidden cameras, multiple locations, all aimed on us. And they're like just inside the wood lines. Hey, Patricia from Indiana. We're trying to see if we can capture him, her, it, or they sneaking up on me while I'm gardening. Sometimes I feel like not only are they watching, but they're like mimicking me or they're mocking me. You know, it's like not only are they entertained by me, but they're making fun of me. Like so many people on here, you know? It's like they say the strangest things. I don't even understand. I was going through comments this morning. Somebody was like, they write partial sentences. They're like, somebody said, yes, I have seen strange things. Hey, Vivian Cummings up in Pennsylvania, that can't be explained in your videos. And yes, I know a lot of people don't, but they watch you anyway because they like you. I don't. And then they just ended. They didn't even complete their sentence. They don't what? They don't eat gluten? They don't like to garden? It's like, why would you send me a partial statement? That's how it ended. I'm not making this stuff up. You can't make it up. Hey, Mike, good morning up there in Massillon, Ohio, or over there. A lot of people watch you because they like you, but I don't. I guess I'm supposed to be good at playing guessing games. You don't what? Eat ice cream? You don't like pizza? Anyway, don't send me partial sentences. Send me entire sentences. Hey, Jersey Cracker, we are not planting our marshmallows yet. They are kind of like asparagus. You plant them once and they just keep coming up forever. You just got to go out there and harvest and harvest and harvest. So anyway, we're about halfway through, guys. We're going to go for about 7 or 8 more minutes. Okay, who's out there working in their gardens yet? Say me. Hello, Kevin from Sydney, Australia. Hey, Alyssa in Sydney. Larry Taylor, you see something at your 7 o'clock? Okay. Noon. Huh. Good, because I've got a camera over there, Larry. Hopefully we'll catch it. Me, I see some gardeners. Hey, who wants to have a garden? You got the space, but you don't have a tiller. There's nowhere close by to rent one. You don't really know how to do it. Hey, Donna Wright, she's gardening. Summer just ended in Australia. Purple crocus poking up. All right, good, just me. Vivian, me, misspelled it, says my, but I don't understand it. I speak misspell. Okay, listen, you don't need a tiller. You don't need any equipment. If you got a shovel and a back and you're willing to do some work, just do what's called the double dig no till method. I made a video on that years ago, but look, it can easily actually be, yeah, raised beds, says Donna Wright. That's a good way to do it. But also, I'll back up so you can see. All you gotta do is flip the soil. Dig it up, flip it over. Dig it up, flip it over. Go back, dig it up, flip it over. Dig it up, flip it over. It's that simple. Now here's how we do it. We turn this into a family thing. Each of these rows of this garden we're working in here is about 10 yards long, close to 10 meters everywhere else in America except Liberia, which was a recolonized ex-enslaved people state. So they kept our measurement systems when they went back to repatriate their ancestors' homeland. Oh, I read too much. That's how I know all this stuff. So anyway, I can do one of these in 10 minutes, and it's not that hard. If I start feeling taxed or I start breathing hard, I just slow down, I take a break. Well, okay, anyway, our son comes out and breaks up the clumps. And then Dearly, my beautiful bride, AKA Giggly Girl, who you got to see live last night if you were here for that, she plants the seeds. So, and I come out and do this at my leisure. I'll get a row or two ahead, and then I'll kind of take it easy until they catch up to me. Good morning, Sniper 1S2K. Thanks for having my back, brother. And it really is this simple. So you get the whole family involved, you get outside, and we're in Zone 7, Central Virginia. It's going to be 74 degrees today, even though it's still early March. Good morning from Philly. What's up, Fred? Hope it's not cold up there. And yeah, I know. Food is relatively cheap. Vegetables are cheap. I know that. And it's not that we're all into, well, we want to know what's in it. That's why we grow it. It's not even that. It's enjoyable. You want to see the best therapy, one of the best therapeutic things I've ever discovered? This. Just get out here, work in the soil, work in the dirt. It's like, you know, let's say something's bothering you, you hate your job. Oh, I hate my job. I don't like my boss. Ah, look at that. I feel better. Now that was kind of like a parody because I don't really have a job and I don't have a boss, but you know what I mean. But it's fun. Get out here and do it. You know, they're saying everybody stay home. And it does taste better when you grow it. Judith Beck just said that. And there's a sense of accomplishment. I mean, you get out here, you do this, you feel accomplished after you make the rows, you feel accomplished after you plant the seeds. You feel that sense of accomplishment the entire time you're going through the process. And when you eat it, yes, just me says very therapeutic. I agree. Allison Parrish, Rock Fam. Love being out in the garden, but love fishing more. Yep, that's why we have a pond right over there. Take a break from gardening, go fishing. Take a break from fishing, come gardening. I love them both. But anyway. Okay, so guys, there's more of you online here watching this now than there has been in the beginning. Here's what we're doing. You are taking part in an experiment. We have multiple cameras hidden throughout the woods pointing at me. They're just inside the tree lines or right at the tree lines in high frequency areas. Hey, Claire Fraser Baven, good morning to you. We have lured the potential mysterious forest creatures / Bigfoot Sasquatch, potentially, who or whatever these things are, into thinking this is the only camera out here. So if they're watching us, what they don't know is that right now, those other cameras potentially are watching them. So throughout my day-to-day, as beautiful as it is, and as much as I would love to be out here all day gardening, because I just love this, I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time inside today, putting the footage together from multiple cameras where it appears as if we may or may not have caught something. I'm gonna need you guys to watch the footage. I'm gonna publish it on our YouTube channel late this afternoon, early evening. It'll probably be after 4 p.m. East Coast US time, but it won't be any later than 6 or 7. I know a lot of folks like us go to bed early. We get up at 5. A lot of you folks do too. Hey, Cato Cal in Australia, I think is what it said. It disappeared real quick. 13:49 in England, Claire Fraser. Yeah, 1:49. You guys are 4 hours ahead of us right now. In the fall when we set our times back, stupid practice. You'll be 5 hours ahead of us. You know what? Farmers lobbied against daylight savings time. I don't know if you knew that. Everybody says, oh, they did it for farmers. No, they didn't. Benjamin Franklin came up with the idea when he was visiting in France 100 years before it was even implemented, because he loved to stay up all night long and play chess. He was an insomniac. And he figured out that if they moved the clocks up an hour earlier in the spring, that would be one less hour he'd have to waste candles. That's how they got lighting back then. So he wrote a paper about it, a dissertation, and went to the French government, tried to get them to do it. They said, oh, this is so cute. Didn't do it. The US didn't even do it for more than 100 years. They did it during World War I to try to save energy during wartime. The farmers lobbied against it, okay? This is why people think, oh, they did it for the farmers. Because our minds, the way in which our minds associate things that happened in the past, they connect correlations, but they don't really correlate correctly. So they thought farmers, daylight savings time. Nothing could be further from the truth. So after World War I, Woodrow Wilson stopped daylight savings time. And are we still live? The camera might have just stopped. No, I think it's, can you see me? And then during World War II, FDR re-implemented it to save energy again during wartime. But then he never, yes, okay, Vivian said you can still hear me. But then sometimes you guys stop commenting and I'm like, oh no, we lost feed. What it is, I guess you're actually listening to the story I'm telling. They're growing. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff. Yes, yes, live, you're still live. Okay, thanks, Debbie. So anyway, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, re-implemented daylight saving time again in World War II to save energy because of the war effort. And then there were a lot of things that he implemented during the Great Depression and during wartime that he wanted to disband afterward. But as you know, he passed away in office. So it never happened. A lot of people blame him for a lot of socioeconomic issues. The fact is, he never intended these things to end up the way they did. He died before he could change it back to how it was. So there's some history for you. I know you come here for Bigfoot Sasquatch. You end up getting gardening and history. Hello, Randy Parks. Guys, I think we got the evidence we need on camera. Make sure to check back this evening. Did you hear those knocks? Okay. Check back between 4 and 7 p.m. East Coast time, US. Thanks for being here with us for another live episode of the Potential Bigfoot Sasquatch Show. So excited because of what I heard and saw up there. PBS S here at Homestead and Off the Grid. Oh, you see that? We got a camera over there too. Check back this evening. Okay, wash your hands. Don't be a dirty, you know what. Enjoy your day too. Robert Fern heard it. We'll catch you next time.